Everybody, welcome to the Early Alert. Brian Good here. Several things to talk about today. We'll start off with the leftovers here of Irma. Still dealing with the leftovers. This is the last of it, thank goodness for that. A bit of sprinkle actions, very light showers will move over a little bit here shortly. Already got them ongoing here in our southern counties. Some of that will come with fog too, by the way. But you already see where the breaks are starting to develop west of here. We'll start to see that work its way in later on for this afternoon. That's why we have the high of 76 in. The longer it takes to get those breaks in, the lower than the 76 we will able to reach to, more like 72, 73. And the opposite effect. The quicker we can get these sun breaks in, the warmer we can get, closer to like 78 or even 79 later. So the clouds are in control here on this one, on how quickly we can warm up. But I think we're on track for a mid-70s today once we get rid of this morning rainfall outside. Here is the futurecast showing that it initialized all right, wasn't great. The spotty showers around, but you see how things do break up this afternoon. As a result, you see those mid-70s come back into play. Then tonight, areas that do clear out, it's hard to see it, but a layer of fog does expand in a lot of the valley areas for tomorrow morning, and I really think that is going to be a problem for us tomorrow morning. Based on what I'm seeing so far, the amount of clearing in such a calm scenario, and the ground fairly wet, it's a good setup for fog. So we'll trend this carefully, so wouldn't surprise me to see some dense fog advisories come out, especially areas in central Kentucky, but we'll watch that. And then tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy sky, but enough sunshine to get us back up there finally to where we should be. Our normal high is 82. I think we'll at least get to that point on Friday, and then we'll exceed it. And here's that's the case, the overall setup. Here's the GFS. Here's Jose. Yellow is our high pressure. The blues or the greens, whatever, excuse me, are the low pressures of the tropical systems, which are starting to pick up a little more in the Pacific now. Watch what happens. Now, this is the thing with Jose, is how expansive it can become, because the western edge of that may certainly graze either the Carolinas, Mid-Atlantic, or even New England as it moves on by. That's a possibility. We'll see how much of an impact it could have. I mean, certainly riptide issues, some beach erosion, high current, even if it doesn't even move inland. Jose is really going to kick up the waves here for the northeast part of the country and eastern seaboard, period. But then as we head past this weekend, we see high pressure really build in. And this high is going to become dominant for us as we head into next week, which is a warm pattern for us. Very unsettled here in the Rockies. A lot of thunderstorm action in the plain states, in fact, probably even severe weather. But for us, we get the high protection here, so there will be fronts that would try to make a run at us. One, in fact, Monday and Tuesday would try to. It won't make it very well. And there will be another one around the 22nd. It doesn't make it very well, so it's going to probably take a while to get a decent cold front to knock us back down to that fall-like feel that we've been so spoiled with as of late. But it also causes another problem. You can already see it. High to the north, tropics are going to react, and they're going to be forced west. So this is not a good setup for more tropical development to take place. Although there is Jose, let's hope he doesn't come back around again for another turn into the United States. Doesn't want to give up. But either way, high in that kind of position is not good for the tropics, but for us, it means summertime warmth. Here is the Euro. Here's Jose. Again, moves it up. Very similar idea. May brush the northeast coast, if possibility. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of surf and riptide issues. And then we see the same thing. The high builds in right over us into the Mid-Atlantic. And this right here would be a tropical system eventually developing in the Caribbean that, again, won't go north because that high is to the north. It would be forced to the west. So this is something I'm sure that the Hurricane Center will be watching, and a lot of people in the Southeast in general are going to be watching. So it's not the greatest of news for those that are having hurricane fatigue, because this pattern is shaping up to be a little more prime for it. For us, it's a nice little taste of summertime warmth. One of the drivers for that is the P&A. On the Euro here and on GFS, it goes negative. Again, you want a positive for a cooler pattern for us, it's going negative, which indicates another backing up point here that we're going to see a warm pattern. In fact, we don't have any 90s efficient to forecast, but that's a possibility that we could get to that point at some point, as early as this weekend. And I looked it up. Weather Service helped me out with this as well. They're great over there, Andrea. The latest average is September the 11th for Louisville. Latest ever, October 15th of 1897. So yes, it would be a little unusual, but not unheard of, to see a 90-degree date. But it is possible. This kind of a pattern, the way that high is setting up, yep, that is possible. And so there you go. 14-day. I've altered a little bit since what you probably saw on TV this morning. I'm going with a pretty extensive stretch of 80s for a while. Until we get a season changer front, is what I like to call them, fall fronts, nothing's going to change. And that may take it to the very end of the month, if not into the first week of October, which I do see signs of. But it's a while off yet. So if you love the summertime warmth and you didn't get enough of it just quite yet, here comes the next round. Enjoy.